In the annals of the NBA, where legends are born from crucibles of pressure and expectation, Kristaps Porzingis' return to the 2023 NBA playoffs stand as a beacon of resilience and awe-inspiring performance. After a prolonged absence due to a calf injury, the towering 7'2" center from Latvia didn't just step back onto the court. He redefined what a comeback looks like in a high-stakes arena of the NBA Finals. Kristaps Porzingis made his comeback to the NBA in Game 1 of the Finals with a captivating exhibition of ability and tenacity that confirmed his top status. At 7'2", the Boston Celtics center proved to be a key component of their decisive 107-89 triumph over the Mavericks. Porzingis' first visit on the court since April 29th following a break owing to a calf ailment made this game more noteworthy. He exhibited no rust even with a long absence. Having started in practically all of his appearances over his career, 472 out of 473 games to be exact, he entered the game as a substitute, a unique role for him. With his athleticism and basketball sense, he amazed both fans and players on Thursday. So attesting to his professional level, Porzingis contributed significantly across the board, scoring 20 points in just 21 minutes. His efforts were not just limited to scoring. He also gathered 6 rebounds and executed 3 blocks, one of which was a particularly memorable rejection against Kyrie Irving, the former Celtics star and current TD Garden adversary. This block sent the energy in the arena skyrocketing, with the noise levels pushing to what felt like record heights. His offensive game was equally impressive. Porzingis was efficient from the field, making 8 of his 13 attempts, which translates to 61.5% shooting accuracy. Beyond his prowess in closer range, he also demonstrated his capability from beyond the arc, sinking 2 out of 4 three-pointer attempts. This rounded out a highly effective night for him, ending the game with a plus-minus of +13, significantly contributing to the Celtics' dominant performance. His remarkable return is one of the most standout NBA comebacks in recent years. His ability to jump back into a high-stakes play without missing a beat speaks volume about his dedication and grit. It's clear that his time off the court didn't diminish his love for the game or his skill in playing it. The Boston Celtics supporters responded overwhelmingly favorably to Kristaps Porzingis' comeback on the basketball floor during the NBA Finals, therefore attesting to his influence and appeal. Speaking following the game, Porzingis expressed his excitement and defined the experience as strange. Quote, "Getting on the court and getting that kind of support was unrealistic," he said. Along with improving his performance, the adrenaline coursed through him highlighted his close relationship with the audience. Porzingis was out for more than a month because of his calf injury, but he refused to let that setback depress his enthusiasm or readiness. He underlined how important his mental state was for his recuperation. Quote, "Clearly it wasn't ideal that I was out for such a long period, but I did everything I could to prepare mentally for this moment coming back, and it paid off," he stated. As he considered the success of the evening and the pleasant result, his voice clearly expressed satisfaction. Despite the absence, Celtics coach Joe Mazzulla reaffirmed unflinching faith in Porzingis. Mazzulla addressed the worries over his form and fitness, noting that overcoming obstacles isn't fresh for the great player. Quote, "Given he was off for a month, I know the plot needs to be, what's he going to look like? But he's been doing this his entire career," Mazzulla said boldly. "He's a great player." He underlined that Porzingis' contributions were crucial for the team to make it to the NBA Finals, since he proved his ability to produce major plays under any conditions. Porzingis was a reserve the Celtics chose to employ strategically in the pivotal Game 1 against the Dallas Mavericks, therefore highlighting his worth and the depth of the team's squad. Porzingis was taken off the bench not out of lack of faith in his ability, but rather from a deliberate plan to smoothly rejoin in the lineup. Mazzulla's strategy emphasized a clear knowledge of properly using Porzingis' skills. Porzingis' performance in the game served as a striking reminder of what the Celtics had missed during his absence. Although the club made it to the finals without him, his particular skill set, especially his scoring and defensive ability, was badly lacking. The game against the Mavericks highlighted exactly how much Porzingis offers, as well as his presence in the paint, ability to shoot from the periphery, and his defensive acumen gives layers to the Celtics' approach. When considering the evening's performance, Mazzulla praised Porzingis' important contribution and made hints about the need of his ongoing presence over the series. "What he did for us tonight was big, and we need that for the rest of the series," he said, appreciating the team's morale and tactical flexibility, as well as points on the board gained from Porzingis' comeback. Kristaps Porzingis was adamant in his will to help the Boston Celtics succeed in whatever capacity from the time he signed on. His team-first approach is shown by his eagerness to adjust and welcome to the new responsibility off the bench in the NBA Finals. "From day one, I came here and I said I would do whatever it takes to help this team win," Porzingis stated. This adaptability was vital since he was ready to deliberately shift his regular role. His acceptance and performance in this new position not only demonstrated his flexibility, but also his influence. so adding to a remarkable game that will mark a turning point in his career. Porzingis' performance places him among an elite group of players who have excelled in their finals debut coming off the bench. He joins the likes of Derek White, Fred Brown, and Phil Smith, becoming only the fourth player since the 1970-71 NBA season to score at least 20 points in such a scenario. His achievements in Game 1 were even more unique. Porzingis is the first player in the finals game to log at least 20 points, 6 rebounds, and 3 blocks in 22 minutes or fewer, a feat recorded by basketballreference.com. Entering the game with just over 7 minutes left in the first quarter, Porzingis quickly became the focal point of the Celtics offense. He scored 11 points on 4 for 5 shooting, immediately making his presence felt. Quote, "I was so in the moment and enjoying the moment, and the crowd and everything," he recalled. The game was a blur to him, and an exhilarating rush that he planned to relive by watching the replay. His joy was palpable, and his hope to experience many more such moments was a clear indication of his revived passion for the game. Porzingis' dynamic presence on the court was too much for the Mavericks defense, which struggled to contain him. In a dazzling 2-minute sequence, he showcased his versatile skills. A powerful dunk, a block, a 16-foot jumper, a three-pointer, followed by another block that set up a three-pointer for his teammate. This series of plays not only energized the Celtics, but also demonstrated Porzingis' critical role in the game's momentum. Celtics star Jaylen Brown didn't hold back on his praise. Quote, "He was just making play after play. He's back. There's no question about it." With Porzingis aligning with Brown, Jason Tatum, Derek White, and Drew Holiday, the Celtics boasted what could be considered the league's top 5-man rotation, both offensively and defensively. Despite his stellar performance, Porzingis had faced uncertainties before the game. His candid response to questions about his expectations, considering his prolonged absence from the court, reflected his internal conflicts. Quote, "It's tough to say. I haven't played for a while. Tomorrow will be my first real minutes in a while," he had said, grappling with the reality of his situation. Yet the game served as a personal affirmation for him. Quote, "But tonight was an affirmation to myself that I'm pretty good. Maybe I'm not perfect, but I'm pretty good, and I can play like this, and I can definitely add to this team." So that's all the time we have for today, folks. Hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit that bell icon on your way out. See you next time.